Hello, welcome back to the NCS. This is the fourth race of the season. We are taking it to Sears Point, aka Infineon, aka Sonoma, aka that first road course that we're doing. Here is the qualifying lineup. Pause if you need more time. We are going to be set, ready to go. Last week's winner, Chippy, will be starting on pole for a 28 lap event that we have planned here alongside Exalta. You'll see a lot of familiar faces near the front here. Pretty late restart zone, and we hit it to go green. What's the worst that could happen? Headed up the hill for the first time. Seems as though Chippy is holding his own. Exalta pushing for second. I think he's going to get it here. Some of these braking zones, they just kind of accordion up, and hopefully that doesn't cause a crash. We see some side-by-side between Hyper and Jerry. Going a little wide there. Now this turn here is especially tricky. We'll see guys try to make moves. We'll probably see a caution or two over there. We see Jake and Racer making good work through here. We might send the 38 a little wide. Exalta keeping in pace with the 2. Whoa, saw a Racer back there just really wing it. And the final turn, it's 1 lap down. 27 more to go. Let's see any interesting battles here. They seem to all be sorting themselves out, but maybe Italian Bum wanting to make a move. Maybe RS might want to try to plan his pass as well, because a lot of mildly speedy cars that may or may not be wanting to make their move now. Oh, this place right here. Some of these guys back here still racing hard. King, Ladion, they're still looking to, maybe if one goes off the road, the other will take full advantage. Meanwhile, back near the front, Exalta is, he has a good car today. He's hanging in close here to Chippy. The defending champ making damn sure that he's the one who is... Fuck, I lost my train of thought. He's doing good. He's looking to do it again. Take a look. I think one good view here is if you go to Spectator and just see the exit of 7, you'll just see a good braking zone as the whole field basically power sliding through turn 7. I wouldn't call it drifting, but maybe you could put some Eurobeat on this and call it cool. Can't be sure. There's the whole field. Goddamn. Like, who's got the fastest lap coming? Because, are you sure that 2 can outlast the 24 forever? Because one mistake by the 2 and he's there. Oh, now the 1 car is the fastest lap, but the 24 have the second fastest lap. Interesting development here as the 5 is working all over the back of the 77. see one car going through that final turn way in the distance. Still green. Something must have happened. Kryptonite way in the back. Even further back than one would imagine. That's a no call for that car crashing. Here we see is the 24 trying to outlast, hang on there. Let's get a good view of turn 11. Do another one of these. Just see how they all just accordion over there. Cars try to go side by side, but the launch on the outside just sometimes just too powerful. You have to clear him coming out or else it's not worth it. You see Cade and Shaw going side by side. There's now Cade finally getting that spot. Ooh. It's getting rough early on. Oof. I saw Racer putting down some fast laps. Where is he going now? Yeah, once you get deep into a run, it just feels like you're stuck in place. And you can't really advance or lose any position. It's not the best feeling in the world, but 21 trying to get all he can get here. It's 2 points per position inside the top 10. And outside top 10, it's 1 point per position. 38. Trying to get a better corner than the 21. Yeah, not quite sure if that worked, though. Don't think it did. 38's going to have to rethink his plan of attack. So, the 19 of Mizzou is running 10th, and then outside the top 10, you have Blasta, Vent, RS, and the sort like that. Vent gonna try to make a move here. Don't think he is. Yeah, I see those guys further ahead seem closer together. So if one of them has a worse line than the other, then they'll capitalize. Who knows when the pit window opens up? Don't think it has yet. You see Racer really has a line behind him. Now when Racer has a lot of cars that behind him, that may have squished him up in 11, but still. Hey, you gotta get by. It's been a surprising caution-free experience so far. And Duke showing interest of wanting to make a pass, but that might not have been the corner to do it. As he turns 7, probably should have waited till then to make his move. He would have had better time there. 38. Oh, 38 goes a little wide. That gives him all he needs to go side by side through there. And Duke takes the position. Let's go back up to the front there. As now, I think Chippy's speed might be wearing off faster than these guys because Chippy's got a stack behind him for the lead that he's trying to hold off. Even then, if I were the 2 car, I'd figure pitting soon because you want to get better tires and more fuel to continue. And it's been 7 laps, so 3 stops and you're good. But you never know what's going to happen. Do you think a caution clock would be a good idea, or do you think that would just make the racing absolutely terrible? That's something to think about. Oh, speaking of cautions, there's our first caution. I think it happened right before Chippy hit the line, yes. And it is for Lucas Cram. Lucas Cram committed death. He's coming through the thing here, and he just arcs it a little bit too wide. He goes to correct for it, and Karibo hooks him. Both cars slam into the wall. No one else involved as Lucas Cram taking horrible damage, and Karibo getting a piece of it as well. That does not bode well for him, as he will most likely fall out of the top 10 in points if he cannot salvage the day. And given the line he's running, it looks like he's throwing in the towel right now. Let's fast forward now, because now the pitting is done under yellow, so that kind of evens it out for a lot of people here. As we see everybody pitting, Lucas Cram is calling it a DNF on the race, and unsure about the whereabouts of the 15. Everyone's in, so let's speaking of, I got the 15. Alright. The 15 is staying out. I'm not sure if he already got his fuel and tires already, but if he didn't, this will be a bad move. But if he did get pit for fuel and tires already, this will be a great move for Karibo. He's turning a curse into a blessing almost, as let's see if the pole sitter's curse. That is something that I have noticed, that if you are the pole sitter and you pit, you have bad pit stops as a pole sitter. The pole sitter's curse continues. Italian Bum eating shit on that pit stop as well. And here it is. So let's just fast forward here. Alright, how close are we to green? Well, before we go green, I want to do a little bit of housekeeping. You may have noticed that the 32 of Tiny Toad is not in the race. Instead, we have the debut of the 8 car of Shake and Bake. The 8 team had actually put in a waiver to do a point swap with the 23 team, given how both teams are considered backmarker entries by the league, and they got approved. So the points that the 23 earned, the 8 will pick up where he left off, but given their run today, qualifying last and still not inside the top 30, it looks like that they have a lot of work to do before they get good. So just keep that in mind. As the pace car is in, Karibo turning his unfortunate caution into leading this race on a restart. Exalta behind him, Misty third, Hyper fourth, and Duke rounding out the top 5. So we won't have to worry about one car leading the entire race now. Green, 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 green. And Exalta, predictably, making that move, trying to at least, as we have a lot of congestion here. We can see that. Karibo not having the same horsepower as the teams behind him, so it'll be interesting to see how he fares. But now let's go back here. You see a bunch of stack up in the midfield, but as of now, it seems that the 15's actually holding his own out front right now. But we could be in a situation where cautions breed cautions. And Chippy having to deal with mid-pack traffic for the first time in the race is dealing with Duke and racing Vent pretty hard here. Vent's going to commit to the outside lane. And nope. Cade making an unscheduled pit stop. And Exalta making a bad pass for the lead on Karibo. We actually have a few cars making unscheduled pit stops. Karibo putting in a pretty unremarkable lap as he's now taking fire for second. Exalta speeding off to the lead using Karibo as sort of like a blocker to help him continue his dominant pace. We see a few cars on pit road. Laundry, Cade, Jake really far back. Something must have happened to him. Now we see Misty making that move for second. Next in line is Hyper. If Misty could finish his pass, which them going side by side helps Hyper a lot, but you would be stupid to go 3 wide at Sonoma. And Hyper taking full advantage, taking the inside lane there. This is going to hurt the 15 a lot. He's losing a significant volley of positions. The benefactor from this restart is the 24. Because remember, the 15 is not only underpowered compared to the guys around him, but he also had damage from the prior caution with Lucas Cram. We see Racer rounding out the top 10 in the 1 car back there, but I'm finally glad to see Blasta performing at a decent rate here as he's in 8th place, looking to be 7th when the 15 files back, but I say that as Jerry immediately makes a move on the 7, so you gotta work out the kinks in that team there. Whoa, danger close, but sure it'll be fine. Let's take a look at Chippy in 7th right now. Absolutely all over the 15 right now. And he making that move easy. Not sure why Jerry and Blasta both went high there. Misty in 2nd. It's a 2.5 second lead for Exalta, so yeah, I think he's got it. Duke shoving it up the inside of Hyper there. That is phrasing. Oh, Jesus Christ. I hope neither of them are watching and getting any ideas with each other. Maybe. I don't know. Vent watching it all in 5th as we continue to see the sliding back of the 15. He's just losing a position after position after position, and Ethan making a good move on Toad. Got this little group behind Karibo. It is the 15 trying to save face here. I think this gives advantage to the 38 and the 11 going into the corner. No, not do 3 wide. They're not 3 wide there. Alright, Fastlane 11's kind of been hovering outside the top 10 all day, so if he can get there, that'd be good. He comes across the stripe in 11th that time. Karibo falling to 12th and beyond. Who's doing good in points? I know Ethan got that win, Chippy got the win, and Karibo got the win. Still a lot of racing left. Who the hell's on the front stretch right now? Laundry Sauce. He's still in the lead lap. If a caution comes out, that'd be something for him. Let's just keep watching the fall of the 15. Yeah, Mizzou is the next driver in line to take advantage of the 15 in plummet mode. I think both. Did I say the 15's advantage to take? Fuck. Well, there's a caution out, so it doesn't matter. So that means Exalta's big-ass lead gets interrupted by whomever decided to mess up. And that person is the 53 of KSS. Actually had a top 25 run so far. He just goes hard in the corner and hits the 96th, and it's spun out. You see a lot of cars trying all sorts of different ways to avoid him. Yeah, they go all over the place trying to not run into him. Let's take a look at 96 had a decent save. Yeah, you see earlier Ladion almost did the exact same thing. And then they come in. Just he just hits them hard there. And then, Shake and Eddie also spun as well. This is good. Jake and Cade were back there, as well as Laundry, so good news for those guys. And lap 16 of 28. Doesn't feel like it's been that long. But, whatever. Pit lane 1, pit lane 2. They don't really show the entrance of pit lane, though. Speaking of pit lane, we have a lot of non-takers. This is interesting. This is definitely interesting. We see a lot of non-takers, and we see a lot of takers. This opens up, the guys who haven't gone down pit road, they're going to have to go down pit road. The split in the field on strategy, I like that. I like to see that because it creates this, what's going to happen next? Which strategy is going to work? Because it doesn't matter if you pit now or not. You can't make it to the end on one stop if the average length of a green flag run is 8, 9 laps. You have 11 laps to go. So it doesn't matter. We have Vent making an unscheduled pit stop right on the restart, as well as Eastlamp and Bourne. So clearly something. You have a lot of different cars on a lot of different strategies. This is good where it gets decently interesting as far as pitting. But having a caution fest of a race may also shake it up too. Green is back out with a lot of unanswered questions. Duke trying to get the jump here. He wants his first ever win in this league. It's been a while. You'd think he'd have one by now, but he's still looking for it. Hyper in fourth there. Chippy rounding out top 5. You have a lot of previous season playoff guys up here. Misty, Hyper, Chippy, Jerry, Eraser, Blasta, Toad, RS. A lot of drivers who know what they're doing. But Exalta's jump is just too good. Maybe he's just got the best car, or he could put it where he needs to when it matters. If he could do that, then that'll be good for him. Blasta making the pass on the 1, but the outside might strengthen out. Oh, never mind. I guess they're all pitting now. I guess the AI just had a giant dumb sauce moment, decided that they wanted to pit then and there. As the brain fart commences, Ethan will be your leader. With Arn, Ladion, the rookies, take point. Tayo 4th. King getting a top 5 out of this. A6. Karibo back to 7th. The back marker's clashing it out. And KS trying to hold on to his top 10. He was the one who spun on the last caution. Now Jake is fighting his way through the field. Not sure what will happen if we get another yellow or if it stays green. We cannot be certain of anything that happens going forward. I see that 41 also having a little bit of hood damage. Yeah, these guys are a little stupid under caution, so I see a pretty epic battle, but not sure how it plays out. A giant cluster behind Lanion as King makes his move for 4th. King wants it. He wants it bad. Arn might actually be catching Ethan here, so this could get interesting. 14 of Arn trying to go for a turnaround on his luck this season. That would really help him out. And you also have Ethan thinking he could go for his 2nd win this season already. He wants to prove here and now that he's going to be one of the best going into the playoffs if he makes it in, if he even wins this race. There's still a lot of it left, and pitting is a tricky mistress here. So we have the first generation here that pitted under the caution. These drivers go all the way back to about the 4. Then you have whatever the hell Vent is doing in 14th. And you have the next generation here. Bourne was one of the wild cards as well. Running randomly in the 20s. These guys can still bring out a caution. But 20, yeah, he's not having a good speed day. And Laundry in 35th. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter when. He'll always find that 78, the back of the field. But at this point, a 12 is closer to a 78 than you may think. Let's go on board with Arn. Oh, you never know if a 12 could choke a corner or two. Oh, if a 12 loses time there. And the 14 is on the hunt. Arn. Closing in. Wants to get a good launch off that corner. I think the 12 got it better. Slightly, but who knows? I'm still perplexed as to why all the AI didn't pit on the second caution. Maybe they're thinking of something that we don't know. Either way you look at it, it's a race that exists. And no matter what the NCS does, somebody will still complain about it. Because reasons. Yeah, that turn 7. It's almost like they're drifting through that goddamn turn. Jesus Christ. Yeah, the ticker says 0.41 at the line, but I think he's... Oh! Big mistake by the 12. This is where Arn gets his time. Arn, he might try to go for a pass here. He bides his time. Not sure if that was the best move he could have made, because if you stay that certain distance away from his bumper headed into turn 11, you're losing time going out of turn 11. Speaking of time, there's not much of it left, as we're on lap 23 of 28. But it's been a while since these guys have pitted. But speaking of pitting, here's the thing. Let's go back to Exalta's group. These guys, they may have already made their pit stop here, but I'm not sure if they're good to the end because of how soon they pitted off that one lap on the restart. It's almost strange what they think they're trying to do in terms of strategy. Maybe they have no plan. Oh well. Alright, back to Arn. Arn, not as close to the 12 this time through. Oh, they're pitting. Alright. Now they're all headed to pit road, making their green flag pit stop. But if they have to pit now, I was just talking about those guys like boarding them. Like, how many extra laps can the 16 and such go? Like, they can't make it to the end, so someone is getting disappointed. Someone made a bad pit strat call here, so it'll be interesting to see what these guys do. Or how they do it. See some drivers coming off pit road now. Not sure if these guys are going to... Oh. There could be a yellow soon, because you got some of these guys like Arn and Ethan. Vent is the presumed leader right now, but you have a lot of guys coming off pit road right in the middle or in front of these lead group here. Think about it. These guys who are running like Arn, he just got off pit road, but Exalta and the gang with Exalta, they're hurting on tires, so it'll definitely be a weird experience to see when or how long they'll hold out. We see Laundry on pit road now. And Vent holds out another lap. We see Exalta on the side there. It's entirely possible that the other group may have short pitted that run because they want to try to not stay on bad tires for too long. It is. It's strange. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, Vent has a 10-second lead. That's not Vent, that's Laundry Sauce. As I'll say, Vent has a 10-second lead, but I'm not sure how bad laps he's putting in. Like, I think I see Laundry behind him. And Laundry's on fresher stuff. Laundry could run better laps than Vent, which would be a damning statement. But then again, he's a lap down right now, so whatever. You see the winding drivers going down the chicane. Vent holding out as he heads to 3 to go. We see Duke getting passed by Blasta. Not sure if these guys are going to hold out as long as they do. Where's the 5 car? Huh. I thought he made a fucked up pit strategy. Speaking of fucking up your pit strategy, Lation with damage. We'll check that out in the post race. Because something happened to that 52 car. Not sure if the 5 was a piece of it. We'll go back and see once we're all said and done. Now, Arn takes 3rd, Ethan 2nd right now, and Vent still leading, but he's losing time to those guys back there. Hell, he's even losing time to the 78. Laundry wanting to unlap himself. Vent holding out for a hero. 78 hot on his heels, unlapping himself. That's what he wants to do at least. Let's take a look at how close the 12 is coming in there. That 12 is on his way. Arn getting fired out of a cannon as well. And you got these guys back here fighting for some top 10 positions. Chippy rounding out the top 10. Yeah, I'm frantically switching our cameras to catch some action. Lation on pit road again. Lation having a bad day here as of late. He was in 3rd at one point. We're just taking a look at all the positions here. Caddy. Ooh, he's having a decent day. 16th right now. 2 laps left. Let's take a look at the pits right now as we see the 16 is going for it as the 78 is unlapping himself as we speak. White flag is in the air for Vent Nation. It's 4 seconds back to the next car. Vent holding out for a hero. As we see what's behind him. That 12 is getting larger and larger. Can Vent hold on to live? Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, it's he looming back there. No mistakes through the S's. This is a tough set of track to run, but no pressure, man. Oh, it's absolutely going to get pressured by the 12 here. Oh, little mistake there. A 12 running him down. He is hot on his heels right now. 1 hard braking zone to go. Vent puts it down in there. Has it good. It's go, go, go for the 16. Vent Nation holds out to win at Infineon. Even though the title of this video is probably going to be Sears Point. Okay. Laundry still has to finish his final lap because he unlapped himself. Arn gets 3rd. Born 4th. Rounding out your top 10. Whoo-wee. Alright, yeah, let's just shimmy on down just to get everyone finished up. Now, before we look at the results, I have but one question to ask. What the fuck happened to Lation? He's coming off the pits. He comes up right in the way of Hyper. Lation just drove up in front of the 5. I knew it would involve the 5, as the 5 lost a bunch of positions, but the dark coloring of his car kind of concealed the damage that happened. The fact there's been there was probably some no calls like that as well. As road course tradition, there's probably a lot of stuff that did not get called as a caution, but at the end of the day, Vent Nation holds out and gets his first win this season. Take a look at the extended results here. We only have one DNF in form of Lucas Cram and the hilariously depressing finish for Lation as well. But other than that, I'd say decent finishers all around. Can't really complain about this. Had a good showing, and we will see you at Kentucky.